Hi there, first graders. How are you doing now? This is Ms. Rhodes with a writing lesson. Today's writing will be about the book School Safety that we heard in the read aloud this morning. Do you remember what kinds of things were in this book? It told you what we can do to stay safe at school. Let's go over a few of the pages. One of their safety rules that the teacher reminded us of was this one. I walk in the halls. Now be thinking, why is it we have that rule to be safe in the halls? Oh, so we don't fall and get hurt? Or maybe bump into someone else and they would get hurt? That's a safety rule. Another safety rule in the book was, I stay with my class. Now that was especially important when you were on a field trip. Why is it we have that rule to stay with our class? I bet you can imagine how you would feel if you turned around and you weren't with your class. You would be lost, you would be scared, and your teacher would be very worried trying to find you. So that's an important safety rule. I stay with my class so I don't get lost. Another rule in this book was, I keep my hands to myself. I'm sure your kindergarten teacher reminded you often, keep your hands to yourself. You don't want to be bothering people when they're trying to work. You certainly don't want to hurt somebody. So that's an important rule. In your journal today, you're going to be thinking of a rule that you have at school. It might be a rule from kindergarten or a rule you think we'll have when you come back to first grade. So what I need you to do after this lesson is get out your journal or notebook, whatever you're writing in. Your journal is best because it has the nice sized lines. Then think of a rule. In kindergarten, you had rules at recess. You could write about one of those. Maybe a rule that there wasn't in an emergency like a tornado or a fire. I know there are lots of safety rules in the lunchroom. And maybe your bus driver had a safety rule that you should follow too. So what you're going to do is think of a safety rule at school and write to tell about it. You're not just going to say what the rule is, like school safety just said I walk in the halls, but you'll want to tell a little bit more about it. Tell why we need that rule. Why is it they made a rule to stay with your class on a field trip? So think of any safety rule you want. I thought of one. I'm going to write I, and I is one of our WordWell words, and it's always a capital to write that word. Can, there's another WordWell word I need to spell correctly. I can be. Be rhymes with our WordWall word me. So me is M-E, be will be B-E. I can be safe. Safe goes by the rules. S, an S sound, A, the A making its long name sound, safe. To make that A say its name, it's going to have a bossy E at the end. I can be safe in, I know how to spell in, that's one of our WordWell words, and school. School doesn't go by the rules. You can use your sounds, or I can show you. It's S. It has a CH to make that K sound. Ooh, two O's like in zoo, school. I can be safe in school. That's the first sentence to write in your journal. Now I have to think of the rule. I know. I'm going to say, I wear my mask. That was not a rule in kindergarten, but it certainly will be when we get to come back to school this fall. I wear. I'll use my sounds for wear. Air. I wear my. Oh, that's by the sounds, but I'm in first grade, and that's a WordWell word. I better fix that spelling. I know my is M-Y. I wear my mask. Ma. I hear the vowel A. Mask. Mask. It's a K or a C at the end. I'll make it a K. I can be safe in school. I wear my mask. Now I want to say why they have that rule. Do they just think I'm prettier with a mask covering up my mouth? Are they trying to keep me quiet? Why do we have that rule about wearing a mask? It's a safety rule. It keeps me safe from germs. I'll write that. It, and it is easy to spell because it goes by the rules. It keeps. K. E. There's two E sounds there, like it rhymed key, sounds kind of like C, so I'm going to put two E's. Two E's is a good way to make that long E sound. Keep, keeps, it keeps me, I know me, there's another word-wall word, it keeps me safe. I can spell safe like I did up there, S-A-F-E. It keeps me safe from, it keeps me safe from germs. Germs. And my period. I'm going to read it to make sure it makes sense and it answers the question. What's a safety rule you have at school and why do you have it? I can be safe in school. I wear my mask. It keeps me safe from germs. I've done my assignment. I make sure I have every sentence starting with a capital, and I remember to put a period at the end of every sentence. I'm going to check, make sure it looks like I use my best handwriting and my best spelling, using sounds to spell the words I don't know, and I made sure to spell word-wall words correctly, like my, and me, and in, and can. Okay, I'm done checking my work. I'm ready to take a picture of it and then click the check to send it to my teacher. So be thinking, what's a safety rule that you had in kindergarten in your classroom, in PE or the lunchroom, a safety rule that was important on the bus, or anything that you think we will have as a safety rule when you come back to first grade. Then write in your journal, I can be safe at school. Write your rule that you think of and why it's important. Thank you. Have a great time writing today, young authors.